मित्राय सूर्याय हंसाय साक्षिणे क्षेत्रिणे सहस्रकिरणाय रविये मंदस्मिते दिवाकराय ब्रह्म विष्णु रुद्रात्मने तुभ्यं नमः. ब्रह्म विष्णु रुद्रात्मने तुभ्यं नमः. Hello everyone. Good morning. A warm welcome to the entire gathering. Life is a journey full of twists and turns. In this journey of life, we face various difficulties that arose from these ups and downs because we have to fight with the challenges by ourselves alone. This can be managed by proper knowledge of stress management and proper psychological study. It's my immense Ashwini Belgamkar function. Dr. Ashwini Belgaonkar, she is a psychologist with a doctorate in counseling psychology, worked as a psychologist in both educational and corporate settings in US, worked in the field of career development at JP Morgan Associates in New York, USA, consulting psychologist at the Air Force Base Samra, Belgaum, teach a course on personality development and communication skills, expertise in psychological IQ aptitude testing, published papers in the area of adolescent academic achievement, and she is also a yoga practitioner. She has completed her PhD in Counseling Psychology, Karnataka University, Dharwad, MA in Organizational Psychology, and MPhil in Counseling Psychology, Teachers College, Columbia University, New York, USA, MA in Industrial Psychology, and BA in Psychology, University of Delhi. She has worked as an exhibit assistant Liberty Science Center, New Jersey, USA. Psychology intern, Goldwater Memorial Hospital, Roosevelt Island, USA. Counselor in Riverside Language Program, New York, USA. Outplace counselor in JP Morgan Investment Bank, Career Service Department, New York, USA. People Tree Belgaum, Karnataka Center Head. Assessor in Assessment System Incorporated, New York, USA. Presently, Madam is working in Crossroads Counseling Center as a counseling psychologist. With this brief introduction, I heartily welcome Dr. Ashwini Belgamkar, Madam, to the student induction program. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you. A warm welcome to all the students, all the freshers rather. It has been a really long wait for all of you. And I think this program was arranged keeping in mind the stressful year that all of you have had. All of us have been through a stressful period. We're still at the crossroads of your life. You're in important, your board exams, your entrance exams, the admission process. Everything was extremely uncertain. The dates kept getting changed. So it's been a very stressful year for all of you, and we just hope that 2021 will be much better, and that you will also get to enjoy your college life. I'm sure when you thought of joining college, this was not how you thought it would be. But yes, I'm sure next year, hopefully you'll be on campus and you'll get to enjoy college life in its entirety. So today we're going to talk about stress management, the reason and the psychology of students. The reason, of course, like I said, all of us and all of you have been through a very stressful, and stress is a part of life, right? So this is something that we learn to deal with. We can't run away from stress. We have to embrace it. We have to handle it. So today we'll be talking about stress management. So I'll just start my PPT now. Just give me a second. Um, 1 minute. Okay. Is my screen visible? Hello.
Yes, Madam.
Okay. Yes, it is right. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. So we're going to start with a very brief, definition of what stress is, right? We say tension ho raha hai. Tension is not stress. Tension is
Excuse me,
something
Madam.
minor.
Excuse me, Madam. Your
Yes,
PPT is not visible. Your PPT is not visible.
is not visible.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me 1 second then.
Yeah.
I thought it was just 1 sec. Okay. Is it visible now?
It's opening, madam. Just
Yeah, okay.
yeah, madam.
It's visible now? Okay,
No, madam,
okay.
not.
It is?
No, you just open the PPT, madam, once again.
I've opened it.
Screen is visible, madam, but PPT is not
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
visible.
Just 1 second. Is it visible now?
No, madam, not yet.
Not yet.
Ma'am, just click on present now and click on a window, and you might be able to see that the PPT. So directly
Okay.
click on the PPT and share.
Yeah, I am sharing and I have clicked on my window.
Yeah. Now the screen is visible. Just open the PPT. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes,
Now it is
Now?
madam.
visible.
Yes, madam.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, wonderful.
Slideshow.
Okay,
You can
okay,
go for slideshow, madam.
okay, fine. Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
madam.
stress is your mind and body's reaction, right? Response or reaction to a real or imagined threat, event, or change, right? So the key here is it a reaction to a real threat or an imagined threat? For example, right now in the COVID situation, a real threat would be suppose if a family member tests positive, then you are stressed, then that's a natural reaction because the threat is real, right? But very often, a lot of us, every time we get a slight cough or a slight cold, we get stressed that, what is, could this be COVID? So this is an imagined threat, right? So we have to be able to distinguish between stress, which is real and which is imagined. And is the threat real or is it an imagined threat? Now, the next issue is, whether stress is a negative force. So most of us think stress is negative and we run away from it. But the actual fact is that stress is not a negative force. Stress is an important part of our life. And the right amount of stress can fuel energy levels, creativity, and productivity. And stress is very necessary for growth, right? So just imagine a situation, you have an exam tomorrow, or you have an important, you're taking part in a debate or something, let's say. Now, if you're not stressed at all, if there is zero stress, you won't push yourself, right? You're complacent. A little bit of stress is necessary for you to feel the energy, the adrenaline, and to do your best, right? So, stress is necessary for growth, and the right amount of stress is what is important. So, this is a chart which shows you that, if there is no stress in life, then you are bored, you're lethargic, there's apathy. This performance is also low. Now, high levels of stress are also really bad for you because then again your performance suffers. Very often we see students who are prepared for their exams really well, but they're very stressed. They stay up all night, and the next day in the exam they blank out. Right? This is because of a high level of stress. Or people prepare really well for a debate. They go on stage and they stammer. They're not confident. They blank out. That's because of high levels of stress. So the point of today's workshop is for you to understand yourself, your stress levels, and we want your stress levels to be in the moderate range, right? Not too low, not too high. So if your stress level is moderate, that is high motivation, high energy, and that's when your performance is at its optimum. So we are saying stress is not bad for you, high stress is bad for you, and so is absolute low stress is also bad for you. For example, if if once you start college and they're signing you up for different clubs, or who will go on stage, who will introduce today's guest. Now the person who raises his hand and says I will go on stage and I will introduce is going to go through stress, right? And the people in the audience are not going to be stressed, but the person who goes through the stress will now overcome his stage fear and will become confident. So we have to undertake stress to achieve something in life, but again, I'll emphasize it has to be in a moderate range. So this is again just emphasizing the fact that too little stress, too much stress, and moderate stress is great for us. Okay, so now what are your stressors? So as students, you have to identify what is it that stresses you out. Exams is always a huge stressor. Social acceptance. Now you're joining college, you're just concerned, will I make friends? Will I have a group of friends? Will I be accepted socially? Will I be happy? Will I perform well? Is this, I've joined a program, it's a commitment I made for 4 years. Will I be happy? Will I actually like the subjects I'm studying? So many factors are there. So the first step for stress management, of course, is to identify your stressors. What are your stressors? Okay. Then the next factor, the most important, the stress management part is what influences coping, right? So stress is a part of life. Now let us say all of us have an exam. Okay, all of us want to do well, but some of us get very stressed, some of us are moderate, some of us have no stress. Now, what influences coping? What influences how you handle stress, right? So, for example, I always give this example that you're in a jungle, okay? You're walking alone, you're unarmed, and a tiger comes in front of you. So, now on a scale of 1 to 10, what would your stress levels be? I would say if there's a tiger in front of me and I'm alone in a jungle, my stress level is going to be extremely high. On a scale of 1 to 10, it will be 10. Now, let us say you had 3 friends with you. Stress level may come down to maybe 9 because you have someone with you. Now, let us say you have a guide with you, okay, a jungle guide with you who has, so that will reduce it to maybe 7. Now, let us say you're in a jeep with friends with a guide who has a gun. Okay, so now your stressor will drop down to 3 or 4 because you have all these resources with you. So the basic point we are trying to say is that the more resources you have, the more skills you have across a wide variety of dimensions, the more you will feel that you can handle whatever comes your way, right? So in the example of the jungle, the tiger is just that if you have friends, you have a guide, you have a gun, you have a jeep, these are the resources you have at that point, so your stress is low. Similarly, in life, the more skills you have across a wide range of dimensions, the more you will feel you can handle whatever comes your way. So now your goal as a student is to develop as many skills as you can. For example, if your communication skills are good, you will not be afraid to go on stage. You will not be afraid to ask or answer a question in class, right? So the more confidence you have, and confidence comes through the skills that you have. So this is something you need to work on and develop your skill set. Okay. So now we'll go through a few common skills that you need to have. The first one for a student is an ability to set goals and follow through. Everyone sets goals. I want to get so much marks. I want to get a great job. I want to go abroad. All of us have goals, but what is missing very often is the follow through. What are the steps you have to take to achieve your goals? So when you have a goal or a series of goals, you feel to give a sense of purpose in life, right? And this kind of purpose in life works as a stress buster. When you have something, you wake up in the morning and you say, today I have to go to college, I have this class, this is interesting. You have a couple of things to do. There's a sense of purpose that is a stress mitigator. The most important thing, impulse control. Okay, so what is impulse control? Impulse control these days has become a very big issue for students. It's not your fault, it's the environment that you are in, wherein at because of your phone, right? And there's Amazon and there's Domino's, so whatever you want in a second you can get it. You feel like having a pizza, you can order it right away. You want to buy something, you can go shopping and get order it right away. You want to talk to someone, you want to see someone, you can make a video call, you can call someone, right? So things are happening. So this is a generation used to instant gratification, and because of that, impulse control, which is the ability to control what you want to do, has become less, and that is what often leads to stressful situations. So for example, id is what, this is a whole Freudian concept in psychology. We're all born with Id is a pleasure center. So very often we say, I want to do that now. I want to watch this movie now. So right, so that is one part of us. And the super ego is a conscience which tells you it's not right, don't do that. And an ego is the one which takes a decision कि किसकी आवाज सुनी जाए. So जैसे कि अगर you have an exam, you have an exam tomorrow. I'm giving you all exam examples because I think that's the primary source of stress for you guys. And a friend of yours comes and says, I have tickets to this movie. Right now, what's the great movie? Tenet, Tenet. Okay, so I have movies for this, tickets for this movie. And it's my treat. And I'm taking for dinner after that. It's very tempting, write a movie with a friend and dinner. So the id will say, oh, great, I want to go. But the super ego, the conscience will say, no, it's not right, don't do that. But the ego has to decide, whom should I listen to? So people who listen to the pleasure center all the time eventually end up in a very stressful situation because they won't do well in life in terms of achieving their objectives, right? So this is something we have to think about is impulse. We have to learn to balance our conscious, what is right and what we want to do. There has to be a balance between both of these things. We are not saying always do the right thing, but it's very important to kind of always think what is right. Movie can be seen after the exams as well. So the conscience and the super ego has to be developed in the long term to avoid stressful situations. The next concept is that of emotional intelligence, a very, very important factor in handling stress. And this is something, even these days, corporates are looking more at this than IQ, right? A lot of job interviews, they are trying to assess your emotional intelligence to see how you rate on this. You could be very bright, very intelligent, but if your EI is low, it will not make you a good employee. It will also hinder your success in life. So what is EI? This is, so we have feelings, all of us have feelings, right? All of us. So for example, a negative emotion is anger. So there are people who get angry and they react immediately, right? So suppose I get very angry, I may say something terrible to the person in front of me. I may hit that person. I may break a chair. I may throw my phone. So that is feelings. So people who immediately act on their feelings without thinking are people whom we say are low on emotional intelligence. And people who are high on EI are people who, all of us have emotions, both negative and positive, but those people who think before they act. If I say this, this will permanently ruin my friendship, right? So if the thought comes and you control your emotions and act appropriately, that is emotional intelligence. So again, this is for stress management, you have to focus on your thoughts, not on your emotions. So people who are constantly reacting to what they feel get into a lot of trouble. It's a very stressful situation to constantly reacting and responding without thinking, right? Because emotions are strong sometimes and they could mislead us. So we have to learn, it's a habit we have to cultivate, wherein, okay, I'm extremely angry and I feel like hitting this person, or I feel like saying this, but no, if I do this, then the consequences will be very negative and you control yourself. So impulse control that we spoke about earlier and emotional intelligence are also related. So these are qualities which we would like you to assess for yourself. How am I? Is my impulse control good? Is my EI good? Or is it on the lower side? If the lower side, I need to develop it. So the focus of today's workshop is, all of us attend many workshops. We listen, इस कान से सुन के इस कान से निकालते हैं. But what I really want for you guys is to think about these things and see if you can, and all these factors can be developed. It's not like IQ. For example, IQ is something we are born with, and not much can be done to develop it. We can optimize, but can't increase it. But all these other factors we can definitely work on and get better at it, right? So do develop the habit of thinking before acting and not respond to emotions directly. Okay. This is a big one. Self-esteem. What do you think about yourself? How much do you love yourself? How much do you respect yourself. So for example, we spoke about resources. The more skills you have, the more resources you have, the less stress you experience. So self-esteem. So if you feel good about yourself, it's one of the strongest resources you can have to handle stress, right? So self-esteem, what is self-esteem? How much do you like yourself? How much do you respect yourself? How much do you love yourself? How much do you believe in yourself? Extremely important. So what I want you to do is a scale right here. Scale is 1 to 10. 1 is I hate myself, and I'm sure none of you are there. And 10 is I love myself. Um, and 5 is neutral. So I want you to think for yourself, on this scale of self-esteem, where are you? Right now, 10 is narcissistic. Loving yourself that much is also unhealthy. So ideally, as a student, we would be happy if you are at a 7 or an 8, because you're in the process of developing and evolving. So 7, 8 is your goal, and I want you to think for yourself, where are you? Are you at a 5 or at an 8? What is your number in your head? And after this workshop is over, you can think about, if my goal is 8 and I am at 5 or 6, why is it? What is it about myself that I do not like? What is it that I can change? And because the higher your self-esteem, the lower would be your stress levels. Creativity, right? This is your favorite brand, Apple. The logo is think different. This is something you need to apply in your own life. So creativity is another resource which helps you to handle stress, right? For example, if you go back to the jungle situation, if you're creative, you would have found some way to handle it, even if you are alone, maybe, or if you didn't have a guide with you. Creativity, right? So creativity, many people think is drawing and painting and singing. No, that is aesthetic creativity. But creativity means out of the box thinking. For example, as engineers, you guys, you have startups and things like that. That's creative thinking. You have ideas which are different, right? So that is what another huge skill set that we have, which is going to be very helpful to you in handling stress. Because any problem that comes your way, if you're creative, you'll find a solution. And then that faith comes into you that I can handle any situation in life, because I believe in myself, because I know that my creativity, my thought process will help me through this. Adaptability. I think all of us have developed this skill in the pandemic. Most of us were stuck at home. You guys could not meet your friends. No college life. So all your lifestyle was completely changed. And I think even those who were not adaptable basically have become so in this pandemic. So adaptability, a flexible mindset, and openness to change, right? All of these. So people who had these qualities have handled the pandemic very well. They looked at the positive side. They're getting to spend time with the family. I'm getting time to think about myself, think about my priorities. So those who had these particular qualities were able to handle the pandemic very well. It was otherwise hard for those who didn't have these qualities. So again, as we are going through the skill set, think about yourself. Think about, where do I stand on these particular qualities? Do I have it? Do I have enough of it? Do I need to develop it? Do I need to work on it? So this is something, because all these qualities help us to handle stress, and they can be developed. That's the most important point here is, you can say, well, I don't have a flexible mindset. Well, I'm not open to change. I'm not adaptable. Well, you can become this. If you put in the effort, you can definitely develop all these qualities. Good interpersonal skills, right? So having a good social support system, having good friends, having friends that you can stick with. So those people who are still friendly with their school friends. So people who have school friends, then they have tuition friends, they have PUC friends, and now you'll have friends from engineering college. But you stay with people throughout your life. You don't keep changing your friends, right? So we can have new friends definitely, but we still keep in touch with the old friends, right? So and having these skills where you can make friends and you can keep friends is a very important factor for life. It gives you a sense of well-being. Again, think of it as an accounting system where liabilities and assets, right? So stress could be a liability if it's very high, but all these things are your assets. So having good interpersonal skills, being adaptable, good impulse control, good EI, all these are your assets which will help you handle if your stress levels go high. So if you have great friends, you go through a stressful situation, there are people you can call. You say I have a 2 a.m. friend, right? So if you're going through a crisis, you're going through high levels of stress, but you have people that you can count on. You have your family, you have your friends, and that is like a lovely cocoon that helps you handle stress. Yes, it's great if you're emotionally independent, of course, but ultimately, every human being is, we are social creatures and we need some sort of social support. So, developing, again, some people are born with great interpersonal skills, they can make friends very easily and they get along very well. But some of us may not be, but again, it's a skill which can be developed, right? So, this is something very, very important. One of the greatest stress busters, of course, is to have a good social support system, to have good friends, and that happens if you have good interpersonal skills. Your fitness levels. Now you're young, and most of you hopefully are very physically fit. So the more fit you are, both physically and emotionally, the more energy you will have to devote to dealing with each demand. So if you're physically not fit, you get tired very easily, you don't have enough stamina. What happens is that you go to college, you come back home, you're tired, and then suppose you have an assignment the next day. You may feel that you're not don't have enough energy to do it, right? So physical fitness and emotional mental fitness allows you to do a lot of things. So if your stamina levels are low, you're not fit, that limits you in the number of things you can do. You either go to college or do the assignment, then you cannot participate in some event maybe because you feel I can't multitask, I can't go for classes or take part in a play maybe and do the assignment. I can't do everything because I physically and emotionally मेरे को energy नहीं है. So energy is also very important to assess yourself on a scale of again 1 to 10 how fit you are both physically and emotionally. So basic, very, very basic. Eating right, sleeping right, getting moderate exercise. Now, sleeping right, I think, is a huge issue with you guys because of social media, Netflix, etc., etc. I mean, I know a lot of young people say that everybody comes online after 10 o'clock, right? And that's when the parents go to sleep, and that's when you get to chat with your friends. And then you may chat till 1 or 2, you may watch a show after that, and you may sleep at 3 or 4. You're young and you feel you can handle it, but it has very, very negative consequences in your nervous system. Anxiety, nervousness, restlessness, all of these things happen because of your messed up sleep pattern. So, very important to have a good sleep cycle. Sleep at a decent time, wake up at a decent time. Now, decent definitions may vary, but I would say at least by 11, maximum 12, latest 12, not later than that. Because adequate sleep at the right time. So you may say, I sleep at 3 and I wake up at 10. So I'm getting 7 hours of sleep, but no, the quality of sleep is different when you sleep at 3 and wake up at 10 versus when you sleep at 11 and wake up at 6 or 7, right? So there's a huge difference which affects your health, and maybe you don't feel it right now, it will catch up with you at some time. So for handling stress effectively, sleeping right, eating right, and some exercise is also very, very important. Okay, now this is the most important part of it all. Your thoughts. Ultimately, everything that you do, your behavior is connected to what you think, right? Whatever you think, your thoughts affect your mood, your thoughts affect your physical reactions, and ultimately your behavior is because of your thoughts. right? So thoughts, feelings, behavior, this is all connected. And so you have to pay attention to your thoughts. What are you think? If you think negatively, it leads to stress. If you think positively, your stress naturally reduces. So you have to pay attention to your thoughts. Very often it may happen you're feeling very stressed and you don't know why you are stressed. So you have to analyze your thoughts. What have I been thinking? Have I been thinking negatively, ki good things won't happen to me, or I will not do well in this exam, or a particular friend that you really like is not going to call me for his or her party? What are the negative thoughts which are going through me? If you identify the thoughts, you will know why your mood is stressed out and how it affects your behavior. So pay attention to your thoughts. So related to thoughts, there's this concept in psychology called cognitive distortions, which means that there is something wrong in the way we think. All of us suffer from one or more cognitive distortions, right? So, for example, in psychology, there's a form of therapy called cognitive behavior therapy. And cognitive behavior therapy works on, so suppose you are going through stress, you are anxious, you're having some problems, psychological problems. Then, as a psychologist, my job is to identify your cognitive distortions. We will go through some of them and then we have to change it. So it's a thought process which is faulty. The thought process has to be changed. So let's just go through this cognitive distortions. And while I'm going through it, please think, do I have this cognitive distortion? First one, all or nothing thinking, which is we see things purely in black or white. Okay. So, for example, if you do badly in one exam, you're going to say, I'm a failure. I'm not a good student. You know, मेरा कुछ नहीं होगा. I won't be a failure. I won't do well in life. I failed or I got low marks in one exam. This is all or nothing thinking, right? Because based on one fact, one poor performance, you are general. It becomes all or nothing. Either I'm good or I'm bad. There's nothing in between. This is a cognitive distortion, right? So if you think, do I do this? All or nothing thinking, right? Black or white, failure or winner. There's nothing in between. This kind of thinking also is a cognitive distortion which leads to problems. Mental filter. So this is when we exclusively focus on most negative and upsetting feature of a situation, filtering out all more positive aspects. So for example, let us say at a social gathering and a couple of people compliment you. You're looking very nice, you're looking very smart, the dress is lovely. But one person says, you know what, this color does not suit you at all. Now, a person with mental filter cognitive distortion is going to just focus on that one person who has said the color did not suit you and will forget all the other compliments the person has got. Right? So, mental filter, so you're focusing only on the one negative thing and ignoring everything positive that has happened. Right. So this is another common cognitive distortion which affects us in a very negative way. So we should be very aware whether do I do this? Just think about it. Do I do this? Do I have this mental filtering issue? Disqualifying the positive. Okay. Again, when we discount and dismiss positive experiences, for example, you get very good marks in an exam and you say, you know what, the exam was very easy. Everybody did well, not a big deal. So anything good that happens to you, you discount it, you disqualify it. You say, no, that was because the exam was easy, or the examiner was very lenient, whatever. But you will not give yourself credit for anything good that comes your way. So this is another common cognitive distortion. So you should be aware of your own distortions, and if you are doing any of this, you have to focus. And awareness is the first step. So once you know you're doing this, the next thing is to try and change it. Shoulds and oughts. Now, this is a distortion that many overachievers have, right? Where I have to do well in life. I have to be good at everything I do. coming first in class is not enough. I ought to also do very well in sports. I should have an artistic. I should develop my talent. So I should be a good singer. I ought to. I must get good marks. So the shoulds, the oughts, the musts, very rigid view or rules, they can kind of make you feel eventually everything doesn't happen the way we want it to happen, right? So when things don't go our way, maybe once I don't come first in class, maybe I was not selected for the basketball team. Now, when these things happen, and if you have focused a lot on the shoulds and the oughts and the musts, it leads to a lot of negativity, anger, frustration, guilt, which could again spiral out of control if it happens repeatedly. This is something this is a thin line because sometimes yes, all of us want to do well in life, we want to achieve, but if it becomes obsessive, then that's an issue. Okay, so we have now gone through a couple of cognitive distortions, which I kind of want you to think about. There are many such distortions. I just picked a few that I thought would be appropriate for you guys. So next, this is all related to thoughts because ultimately any kind of stress that we experience comes from a thought process, right? So the thought is extremely powerful. So now to handle stress, train your conscious mind to think thoughts of success, happiness, health, prosperity, and to weed out negativity such as fear and worry. So to train your mind, and you can say, how do I train my mind? If you want to, you can. Force yourself. When you get a negative thought, you say, no, stop it. No, think positively. It takes a long time, but it can definitely be done. So keep your conscious mind busy with the expectation of the best. Okay. It becomes a habit then to think positively. And then that is what is going to lead to a more and when you're more positive, obviously you handle stress well and stress reduces automatically. We heard a lot about the subconscious mind, right? And we know the power of the subconscious mind, how to harness the subconscious mind. We keep hearing these things. So this is a depiction of how the conscious mind is a very small part of our mind. The subconscious mind is a large part. It's not seen by us, but it plays a very, very important role in our life, which is why we say the power of thought. Keep thinking positively because the more positive you think, the positivity goes on in your subconscious mind and it affects your behavior. So creative visualization is also related to the power of thought, uh, the power of the subconscious mind. So it's an art of sending an image, a picture to your subconscious mind. So I'm doing really well. I'm on stage. I'm debating fabulously. I win the first prize. I'm getting the award, right? I'm doing extremely well in whatever I'm. So these images, thoughts are great, but images, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So create a visualization. So visualize yourself doing positive things. And so then the subconscious mind creates your reality based on the number of messages you send it. So the more positive messages you send, your subconscious mind will create a better reality for you, right? So this is something that again, so positive thinking, creative visualization, the power of the thought, all of these things are going to be very helpful to you in leading a relatively, like I said, a moderate stress life, not highly stressed and not low stress either. Practice gratitude on a daily basis. So gratitude, um, if you form this as a practice every morning when you wake up and you say, I'm thankful for the brain that you have given me, for my family, for the financial comforts that I have, for the talent, the skills, the people in my life who love me, whatever your list may be. Just doing this every morning helps you in feeling much better about your life. And again, well-being, a feeling of well-being is what helps you in the long run. So general techniques, we're talking a lot about general, we're talking a lot about slightly larger picture things. Now, these are simple day-to-day activities which we can do, structure your day. Don't wake up without a plan. I'm going to wake up in the morning, go for a run, start my classes. Being very organized in your day, meet my friends and go out for dinner, watch a movie, whatever it is, that your day should have a structure. So a balance between your academics, your friends, your family, your health, your me time, everything. There has to be a balance. And this can only happen if your day is structured. Why do we get stressed? Because we don't have enough time for things. So keep in touch, reach out, and all of you do that. I'll tell you that. Exercise, diet, take care of your health. Meditation and yoga, I know you may feel you're very young. This is something that older people do. But if you start this at a younger age, you'll have a phenomenal life. It's like being in a race, and if you're practicing meditation and yoga, you'll be far ahead of other people. So this is something I know many youngsters feel this is for older people, but trust me, that's not the case. I practice both meditation and yoga, and I really wish I had started this when I was much younger. Keep your mind active. More active your mind. Mind active means keep thinking, doing something, right? Don't be complacent just watching screens. Just watching, playing a video game, or just watching a movie. This is all passive entertainment. Just keep your mind active through some more positive thoughts. Take up online courses other than your classes. There's something new you can always learn. Because of pandemic now, everything is happening online, including this. A lot of exciting things are there, which is now, because today you can enroll for a course anywhere in the world. Mumbai, Delhi, New York. You can learn anything from anywhere across the globe. So do take advantage of this. Again, develop a hobby, rediscover a hobby, volunteer work. I'm sure when you start college, there are many programs that GIT has which will give you a chance to volunteer. Volunteering helps others. It makes you feel good about yourself. Being selfish ultimately doesn't give us happiness. Whereas when we do something for someone else, we feel much happier about ourselves. And manage your media time. Most important for you guys. We say that the more time you spend on Instagram, or Facebook, or whatever, stress increases because we're constantly comparing and feeling bad. Oh, look at that person, she looks amazing, or oh, he has such a wonderful social group, or look at this people hanging out, wearing, going for restaurants, go to nice places, and I'm not doing it. So comparison comes in, and we all know we post our best pictures with the best filters online, and or they say all that glitters is not gold. Manage your media time. Try not to spend too much time on media if possible. Time management, being organized, accepting and valuing yourself. Like we spoke about self-esteem earlier, accepting and valuing yourself. Focus on your strengths. Are you aware of your strengths? If you can, it's very important to know your strengths. Many of us don't do it, know it. Wherever I conduct a workshop, very often I ask people, write down 5 of your strengths and 3 of your weaknesses. It will be surprising to see how people do not know their strengths, right? Very important to know your strengths and focus on them. Develop social support. We spoke about that in interpersonal skills is very important. Identify and solve problems. Don't wait for it to become so overwhelming that your stress levels go skyrocketing. Try to, nip it in the bud. When you see a problem evolving, try to solve it right then and there. Don't wait for it. Don't procrastinate for it to become a huge issue. Stress management works best when it's a lifestyle, not a reaction to a particular emergency. So you can't say, oh, I have an exam tomorrow, I'm feeling very stressed, what should I do? Right? This is something which, whatever we've discussed along this presentation, it is a lifelong process. It's a lifestyle change you need to make. Sleeping well, managing media, getting some exercise, social support, good impulse control. These things don't happen overnight, right? This is something that is a choice you need to make and make a change in your lifestyle. Yes, immediately if you need stress relief, deep breathing always works. So suppose you're feeling very stressed at a particular moment, Something has happened, you can't handle it, just go to the room, sit quietly in a corner, and just take deep, long breaths. Okay, this is like an instant solution is deep breathing. But otherwise, everything else is a lifestyle change which you need to work on. So I think so. If you have a major problem with stress, this is for people with serious stress issues. Maintain a daily stress record. What is it that causes you stress, and how do you react, right? And then you divide it into two categories. Okay, what is it that I can change about these things, and what is it that I cannot change, right? In life, some things we cannot change, some things we can change. So what you cannot change, you accept, and what you can change, you try to accept it. You try to work on the change. Sorry, not accept, work on the changes, and what you cannot change, you have to accept. So we'll summarize, we come to the end of our session. So identify your resources, your strengths, your skills, your values, right? Resolve the gap between the available resources and required resources. So suppose you say my emotional intelligence is not very high, but I need it to be high. I need to resolve the gap, right? I need to do something about it. Be mindful of your thoughts and harness its power. The mind, your thoughts are the most powerful thing in this world. Be aware of it and use it positively. Adapt and embrace change throughout constant learning. Practice gratitude, meditation, yoga, and commit to making stress management a way of life. This is something which you need to for the rest of your life. This is not just as a student life, your working life, your entire life. It will be very useful for you if you develop and these tools for stress management. Okay. So it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. So we cannot blame others about, this happened to me, that happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Okay. So with this, just 1 second, we come to an end of our slideshow. So I would just like to thank GIT for giving me this opportunity to address all of you freshers. And thank you for this patient hearing. And I really hope that of all the various things that we have said, at least you pick up one little thing that you need to work on. Even if you pick up one thing, I'll be very satisfied. So thank you very much, and wish all of you a wonderful college journey and enjoy your years at GIT. Learn, play, and make the best of these 4 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for your delightful speech. And we come to know that more skills we will develop our ability to control the stress. We have to learn how to balance the situation and focus on our behavior, keep ourselves positive and visualize yourself positive. Sure, madam. Hope everyone will surely adopt your useful tips in their day-to-day life. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Next session. Hello, friends. Hello, students. Next session will start at 11 p.m. 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So, meanwhile, we can have a break. Okay. Next session will start at 11 a.m. Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the second session. Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai, professor from Civil Department, will give you now the introduction to the IAE club of the college. So please welcome Dr. V.G. Mutalik Desai. Over to Desai, sir.
Correct the position. Good morning, students. At the outset, I would like to congratulate you all for choosing the engineering as your career. I also congratulate you for joining KLS GIT, a dream college of yours, to achieve your goals and objectives. In today's session, I am going to give you a brief introduction about the Institution of Engineers India and the student chapters of Institution of Engineers in India in Gokta Institute of Technology. Institution of Engineers India is a professional organization. Then what is meant by professional organization? There are a number of associations that label themselves as professional organizations or professional bodies. They may be charitable, non-profit organizations that seek to further the importance of a specific profession. When you join a professional association, you can deepen your existing relationships and forge new contacts regularly. You can be an active member of organizations taking prominent roles as well. You can make the lasting ties with other professionals having common interests. A graduate student or a student who is just passing out will have limited or no experience. A professional organization could be a great resume builder for such people. If you are extremely active member of the association, you may get a chance to get an internship or a project, and it will earn a valuable work experience for you. Many times, the hirers or the employers scan professional associations even for recruiting. Being a member, you can get a chance to attend the industry events that will expand your industry connections. Then, how to choose the professional organizations? One can join multiple number of the professional groups or professional bodies. The process begins by evaluating the primary objective of each organization. Evaluation means checking whether the objectives of the organization align with your objectives. Ensure that the association is recognized and well established in the industry. Professional organizations must have a regular publication system. That is, the frequency of publication and its distribution are the points to be noted. The events organized by the professional organizations are also important. The quality of the events and the worthiness of the events are to be worth noting points. Professional organizations must have a sanction by the government or from competent authority to award the certifications. Choose your professional organization wisely. It can help you to further your career and steal a mile over the competitions. You may ask a question why I should worry about these points before my completion of the graduation or before I get a employment. You don't have to really wait until your graduation or you get employed to get the benefit of the resources and knowledge of a professional body. Many professional organizations offer student memberships. It may be for a small fee or a very low annual membership. Student membership to a professional body can be of great value in kickstarting your career. By being a student member of a professional body, not only improves your CV, but also shows a level of early commitment to your career areas. By being a member of the professional body, you are likely to get regular news updates in the profession through newsletters, publications, journals, and many events conducted by the professional bodies. By being a professional member or student member of a professional body, you have an opportunity to meet and network with the like-minded students and experienced professionals through special interest groups. With this introductory note, I am just taking you through a small journey of the activities of the student chapter of the Professional Institution of Engineers in GIT. The Institution of Engineers India is a professional body of engineers. It is a national organization of engineers in India. It has more than 1 million members in 15 engineering disciplines in 125 centers or chapters in India and overseas. It is the world's largest multidisciplinary engineering professional society in engineering and technology world. The Institution of Engineers India was incorporated by Royal Charter in 1935. It is currently headquartered in 8th Gokhale Road, Kolkata. This is the logo of the Institution of Engineers India. IEI has got a worldwide network. This can be understood through this picture. IEI centers and overseas chapters, other forums and organizations, IEI student chapters, all these are linked to the national links and international links. So by being member after your graduation or during your the professional studies here as a member of the student chapter, you can get connected to the entire ambit of the professional bodies. The Institution of Engineers was established in 1920 in Calcutta, West Bengal, and is acclaimed to have been pioneered non-formal education in engineering. The Institution of Engineers conducts the examinations of associate membership. That means by passing these examinations, you can become the associate member of the Institution of Engineers. Nowadays, it is considered to be at par with BE or BTech degrees. After qualifying the AMI, you can become eligible to take the competitive examinations and also GATE examinations, or you are also eligible to take the employment in government. The Institution of Engineers has got various membership cadres. Okay, once you become the student membership, after graduation, you can upgrade it to the associate membership and members of Institution of Engineers and fellow member and honorary members, etc. as you progress in your career path. Institutions can also become the member of Institution of Engineers. They are called as institutional members. Institution of Engineers undertakes many activities. Very important one I have highlighted here. One is the R&D activities, technical activities and their reports, Indian Engineering Congress, seminars and workshops, technical webinars, etc. I am going to highlight this particular aspect because it is more concerned to the undergraduate students. The research and development grants in aid is given by the Institution of Engineers, and more than 70% of the annual quantum grant in each year is spent on R&D activities undertaken by the undergraduate students. So you can see here I have highlighted the undergraduate students R&D projects are financed or given the grant in aid not exceeding 50,000 rupees every year. Postgraduate students can also take the advantage of this. The grant in aid is up to 1 lakh rupees. And even for the PhD scholars, the IEI gives a grant in aid up to 1.5 lakhs. So, in all, the R&D activities are promoted by the Institution of Engineers. It also gives some awards and scholarships. The Institution of Engineers awards scholarship to the meritorious students of the student chapters of IEI functioning at various polytechnics and engineering colleges. Apart from merit, preference is also given to those students, to student members coming from financially weaker sections of the society as an effort towards the social upliftment of the nation. All the sponsored R&D projects are compiled and made it available for the reference to the students. Now, this is called as a compendium of R&D projects. The face sheet of this compendium, I have shown it for you for your reference. Say the student member can refer to this to choose a project which can win a grant in aid for their projects or for their internships. IA also comes out with the journals. It is linked to Springer. This is called as IEI Springer Journal Series. The papers, students can present their papers to these journals and get the advantage of professional arrangement. Now, a brief idea about the student chapter of the college. Gokte Institute of Technology, we have two student chapters here. One is run by the Electrical Engineering Department, another is run by the Civil Engineering Department. Both the student chapters are very active. They conduct various activities every year and help the students to come up in their career. The various technical events organized under the student chapters are enlisted here. The student chapters conduct the committee meetings, lectures, paper presentations, seminars, workshops, conferences, symposia, technical or project demonstrations, model competitions, poster competitions, group discussions, technical quiz, aptitude test, technical visits, technical film shows, display of technical information, short-term courses, and any other such technical activities are undertaken by the student chapters. The IEI chapter, student chapter of Civil Engineering Department started in the year 2012. This is the photo showing the inauguration program done by Engineer Charantimat and Madam Charantimat in 2012. Every year, the student chapter conducts the programs on the auspicious day of Engineers Day, that is 15th September, to commemorate the birth day of Sir M. Visvesvaraya. So we conduct many activities. Very few I am highlighting here, taking one program from each of the categories. Motivational lecture was arranged, okay, and the title was India's Invention and Contribution to the World. Student competitions are conducted, poster competition or stick structure competitions. Many other competitions are conducted under the aegis of the student chapter IEI. We will also conduct some programs which will improve their design thinking process and thinking out of the box and coming out with very good results. One such the activity was that preparing a logo for Civil Engineering Association. It is the students' view which was finalized later on. Girl students, especially for the girl students, many activities like technical Rangoli competitions are conducted. So their fine art and skills combined with technical knowledge, is depicted here in tech Rangoli competitions. Students also make the very good models, conceptualize things, and make a model of that to depict what it is meant and how it is useful to the society. One such competition, conducted shows here in the photograph. It shows the multi-layer parking arrangement, which was conceptualized by the students, and a model was prepared. And later on, such concepts will be communicated to the authorities for implementation. You can see two more see here islands. One is the model of Palm Island. Another is the Traffic Island. Palm Island is the residential project in Dubai, and it is resembling the palm leaves, so that is called as the Palm Island. The model of that was prepared by the students, depicting the various aspects of it. Similarly, you can see very live projects are taken, such as the traffic congestion points and all that. Models are prepared by the students, and they get the solutions out of this also. These are activities are all very useful to the society. Apart from this, students will have some relaxed hours also. These are the photographs which show the students are posing themselves in the the lines of forming the letters IEI Civil. So these are all our coordinators. The II activities are channelized through the student coordinators. And by being the coordinator of the student chapters, you can involve in various organizing the various events that will build, that will give the exposure to leadership qualities. Working with the teams and communication, will improve, and you can be a leader by being some of the by being the coordinators of these activities. Karnataka Law Society management and the principal have been very kind enough to encourage all the activities of the student chapters in the college, and with their constant support, we are going ahead conducting various activities which will help the students in their career. Apart from these activities, the civil engineering department conducts various site visits to take the students to the field, show them the prototypes, where are the various components of the bridges, dams, etc., which will help them to come back to the college and apply their theoretical knowledge and come out with good designs and better understanding of the civil engineering elements. This is the picture which shows the students are climbing up the embankment of the Irkut Dam. Students will have also a fun time during these learning sessions. This is another photograph which shows the visit to sewage treatment plant at Gokak. This prototype, is usually helpful for them to undertake the designs in a professional way. Many such, the site visits are conducted to the various places around Belgaum to give them the information about the civil engineering aspects, various aspects of civil engineering. This is another picture which shows the students' visit to a silk reeling factory at Gokak, where we address the current issues like environmental issues environmental issues arising out of the industrialization. Industrialization is a must, but there are many fallouts of that which have to be addressed. One of our faculty, Chate, has led this particular team to visit the particular factory and appraising the students about the soil pollution and its remedies. So many out of the curriculum activities are undertaken under the aegis of the student chapters. This is also one of the photographs which shows the visit by our members to Vega Helmet Factory, wherein the prefabricated reinforced building units were first time implemented in the, this is a new concept in civil engineering, which was implemented by the industry, and we had taken the advantage of this and taken our students to the site so that they will get the advantage of the current practices in civil engineering. Apart from site visits and competitions, we also conduct many career guidance lectures. This is a photograph of one such event where Professor Samir Alone from the MIT Pune has addressed our students regarding their career aspects. So with this, I just conclude my session by summarizing the points that I have noted here. Privileges of student members attached to the student chapters of engineering colleges or polytechnics. So this will help you in many aspects. First one is opportunity to participate in technical events such as seminars, symposia, conventions, workshops organized by institution of engineers, state or local centers, participation in various technical activities of the student chapter, access to the library facilities at state and local centers of institution of engineers across the country, opportunity to meet the fellow engineers of professional interaction, reimbursement of traveling expenses to the students selected for presentation of technical papers in technicians or students convention conducted by IEI. The student membership may become the associate member at a discount price after their graduation. The National Design and Research Forum, NDRF, conducts the students' design competition every year among the student members studying in the engineering colleges of the country. Apart from the certificate, the awardees are being given gold, silver, and bronze medals in each of the engineering disciplines. The student chapter newsletter is distributed among the chapter members. The best three technical papers presented in the seminar and technical sessions by student members of the engineering college and polytechnic students chapters are awarded the annual convention and technicians students awarded in the annual convention of the technicians and students conventions. These are the few benefits of being a member of the professional bodies and choosing your membership right from your day one. So I request you, all of you, to become the part of IEI and a larger group of IEI. Now it's you that who are going to create the history for GIT soon. With this note, a brief introduction about the Institution of Engineers. I wish you all the best and would like to see you as a member of the Institution of Engineers student chapters when you come back to the college. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for imparting the knowledge about the club. The next session, that is Introduction to the Green Club, will be given by Dr. V.R. Chate from Civil Department, Associate Professor from the Civil Department. Over to Chate, sir. Please.
Very good morning. I am Dr. Vaibhav Chate, Associate Professor of Civil Engineering Department. Will be giving the introduction to Green Club. So the objective of framing or having the Green Club in the campus is to see that we are going to have the greenery in the campus, plus we are going to have the clean campus. And apart from that, the scope of the Green Club has been widened and it has been taken to the social level. So I'll be presenting a few of the activities wherein we have taken a few of the responsibilities at the societal level. The scope of the Green Club is to achieve the cleanliness and sustainability in and around the college premises. It includes water management, green cover, energy conservation, optimum land use, conserving the resources, waste minimization, waste segregation, promoting recycle and reuse of the waste, treatment and disposal of the waste in a way which will not have the adverse impact on the environment. It also includes conduction of environmental awareness programs and implementation of the actions which will have positive impacts on the environment. Now, this particular Green Club committee consists of me, and apart from me, so Dr. Kiran Tabasar from Chemistry Department, Dr. Vikas from Civil Engineering, Dr. M.M. Mutt from Computer Science, and Dr. Nitendra Palnikar and Professor Nitin Deshpande from Civil Engineering Department, and we have Professor Rahul Suryavamshi and Parag Datta from Electrical Engineering Department. We have a team from various civil engineering branches and basic sciences, just to have some kind of interdisciplinary projects, as well as to take up some of the projects which will have interdisciplinary skills. So before going for the activities, I would like to showcase our campus in terms of smart components that are being implemented. So we have biometric system, we have a digital evaluation system for the exams, we have more than 10,000 plus e-books, journals that are being made available. So apart from that, we have installed solar panels just to reduce the energy consumption from the ESCOM. We have lift arrangement for the physically disabled persons. We have biogas plant. We have sewage treatment plant. And nowadays the lectures have been captured through a system called Impartus system. And the lectures can be viewed through this particular system as well. So the wastewater from the GIT campus will be collected and it will be treated and it will be recycled and it will be used for gardening purpose. We have biogas plant just to manage the canteen and food waste. We have more than 30 plus different species of the plants. That is, exact number is around about 35. And apart from that, the clean systems that are being adopted in the campus, the Green Club also has a scope to conduct the activities. So the activities are going to be read out for you. So we have conducted a national level webinar. The speaker was Srimati Sumangala SM. She was from the All India Radio. She is a program executive. She has delivered the talk on the ecosystem and how we can achieve the sustainable environment by our actions, and how the actions of the human being should be, and how we can go for eco-friendly technologies. Now, if we are talking about eco-friendly technologies, that means it gives innovative ideas to develop new techniques, technologies that will have the minimum impact on the environment, plus the product that is going to be developed, we call it as finished product, that efficiency that is going to be achieved by that particular technology will be very high. For this particular program, 95 participants were present. The objective was to create the awareness about the ecosystem, and it was being encouraged for developing the sustainable development. This is a poster. The second activity that we have conducted in this particular semester was with respect to the mesh-free modeling for studying the groundwater flow and solute transport, because if we are throwing some waste anywhere, now it might reach either groundwater, or it might reach to the soil, or it might reach to the river. So there are various pathways through which this particular contaminant will be entering the humans, okay, and ultimately will be going for what is called as the risk. That means risk is a probability that we are going to have the adverse impact. That means for that, some kind of modelings are required, where this particular pollutant has come from, where it will go, and what will be its effect. So to understand that, this particular webinar was being conducted, and the resource person was from the KLE IT, and she is an alumni of IIT Bombay. That is, her name is Dr. Swati B. And the webinar was conducted on 21st of August, and 60 plus participants were present. And apart from that, right, we also had the participants from Canada, Germany, and few were from US as well. So we are planning for some more activities in this particular coming semester. We are planning for sustainable mining, because if we want to go for industrialization, or if we want to develop a particular town, or if we are planning for new project, that means the raw material that will be required for either industries or for the construction is going to be obtained through mining. That means how the mining should be done. So that means we are going to talk about sustainable mining in this particular webinar. We already have conducted advanced wastewater treatment about 4 days back, and it was conducted at the international level. 2 from Germany and 3 from Canada attended, apart from the Indian delegates. We are planning to have the webinar on e-waste, and we are planning to have the webinar on decentralized wastewater systems. We are planning to have the webinar on electrical vehicles, because in the days to come, we are not going to depend on the vehicles will be running on the fossil fuels. So we are planning to have these particular vehicles to run on electrical charges. So we are planning to have environmental informative field trip. We have got MOU with Gokul Dham. So we are planning to have these particular eco-friendly trips, and wherein we are going to understand how our day-to-day life can be managed in eco-friendly manner. We are also planning to have a webinar on eco-friendly concrete using industrial waste materials. So you can just go through few of the publications that are being done from my side, as well as Dr. Nitendra Palnikar. So they are based on eco-friendly concrete, that is mortars. So by making use of some of the industrial waste materials. So the activities which were conducted in the year 1920 are as follows. We have conducted a social activity program at Gokul Dham, that is in ISKCON. We have planned for some of the cleanup activities at the Gokul Dham. We are successful to have a MOU with Gokul Dham. The volunteers from NSS and the members of Green Club coordinated, and we have conducted a Go Green Drive. So we have conducted it at Santi Bastwad village to educate the school students regarding global warming and adverse effects of deforestation. So in this connection, we have also taken them for plantations, and we have made them aware about waste management, how it can be done. And the Department of Tourism was kind enough to involve the Green Club and NSS of GIT in Swachhata Hi Seva program, and it was being conducted on 1st of October 2018, and total 37 students from GIT participated in this event, and for that we got appreciation letter as well from Department of Tourism. So apart from that, we also conducted a webinar on green building that was on 1st of July 2020. So Ms. Ashwini Satish T, she has conducted a very nice program on that particular day. Apart from that, we have started with green building courses. So we have conducted it on 2nd and 4th. And the certification for Green Skill Academy we have started with, and that is being accomplished. And many of the participants got benefit out of it. And apart from this, we are planning for some more projects which will be of interdisciplinary, and we are planning to have some involvement from the student side so that they will publish paper, and if the work is good, we might also request our beloved principal to support that work financially. So with this, I'll just conclude. Thank you. Thank you.
Next session will be the Renewable Energy Club. This will be given by Professor Rahul Suryavanshi from Electrical Communication Department. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul Suryavanshi, and I'm from Electrical and Electronics Department. I'll be giving you an overview regarding Renewable Energy Club. Now, when we talk about renewable energy, okay, this renewable energy is what can say a boom in the market right now. The current scenario of renewable energy is what we can say why renewable energy came into existence, because of the pollution which has been created by the vehicles. There is a lot of global warming which is going on. There is a climate change issue. Considering all these facts, the researchers throughout the globe are working towards a cleaner and greener energy sources, so that our Mother Earth will be very much green and clean, and it will be healthy for everyone. Now, considering the today's scenario, if we consider this thing as 2020, today's 2020 energy, around majority of the energy resources are there from non-conventional sources, and what we can say around a majority portion is from the non-conventional, and we want to switch towards the renewable. But when we talk about a renewable energy source, there are different renewable energy sources which are coming into the market, which are there right now. There are solar energy, then there is a wind energy, hydrogen energy is there, ocean thermal energy is there, hydropower energy, geothermal, biogas, and all such. There are different renewable energies which are there in the country. Now, if we consider the current scenario, around 53% of the entire energy which is being there in the earth is being support, or what can I say, which is required by the India comes from coal. That is nothing but the thermal power plants. Whereas the remaining the next highest is renewable, that is 36%. So we can see that in the present era, renewable energy is taking over in a larger scale. So if we go back just around 15-20 years back, around 60 to 70% of our generation was done through thermal power plants. But today, the thermal power plants have, or what you can say, the nuclear thermal, the non-conventional sources have come down, and the renewable energy, the conventional sources have come down, and the non-conventional, that is nothing but renewable energy sources are increasing. So that is what we have seen, that there are around 36% of the today's energy is from renewable. If we just see this thing, out of that 36%, 12% is from hydro. This thing, our hydro, that is nothing but the hydro power plants are there. Then 10% is from wind, 9% is from solar, and then remaining are from biogas, thermal, and small hydro, and all other things. Okay. Now, why we have to think about renewable energy? See, presently we have seen that there is an exponential growth in the renewable energy in the present era. That is from past 15 years, if we just consider, there has been an exponential growth in renewable energy. But in future, the target set by India in 2022 or till 2025, in next coming 4 or 5 years, they want to increase the renewable energy share to something around 175 gigawatt. This 175 gigawatt is the most massive, what we can say. If we consider it to be the share of the total power generation, it will be around 50 to 60% of the total energy which is consumed in India will be generated from the renewable energy. So we can see that here they are planning to install something around 5 gigawatt of small hydro power plant, then 10 gigawatt of biomass, then 60 gigawatt of wind turbines, then around 100 gigawatt of solar energy. So we can see that solar energy is one of the most happening market in India right now. Now, so why this club is there? To make our student understand what exactly is the importance of renewable energy and how exactly the things are there, how to make them industry ready. This club has been formed. Now, why this? When we talk about renewable energy, most of them will think that it is a part of electrical engineering. But no, renewable energy comes into an overview of from all the departments. It is rightly said that all engineers should come together to provide the power, light, and heat that society needs while minimizing the damage to the environment. So the most concern of an engineer today is that they have to get a cutting edge technology, but they should see that it should not harm the nature also. So if they have to maintain this kind of balance, then all the engineering departments should come together, and then they should move ahead in going ahead with the cleaner and greener earth. So let me just tell you regarding how I'll just give a small glimpse of how each department can be related with the renewable energy. So let us just start with the computer science and information science engineering. So when we talk about computer science and information science engineering, renewable energy requires, as there are lot many renewable energy parks are coming, solar, wind, hydro, a large amount of data needs to be collected. Okay, and that in order to collect the data, model the data, analyze the data, lot many softwares are required. So that's why computer science and information science engineers are required here. So that is the reason they should know what is renewable energy. So if they know renewable energy, then they can design a system for that one. Then mechanical engineering students are required because when we talk about wind turbines, there is a large amount of mechanical systems, structures are mechanical gears. Then what we can say, different systems are required. Materials has to be used. Wind blade designing has to be done. And when we talk about the structures, this thing. So for solar structures, then the rotating gear mechanisms, all those the tracking systems, all these things require mechanical engineering. Then about electronic engineering, the electronic engineering people are required in order to design the communication networks. Then hardware modelings are required. Then what we can say about power electronic circuits, devices, all those things related to electronics will be designed by the electronic engineers. Then civil engineering people are required because when we talk about renewable, there is a foundation that has to be done. Then there is structures. All those things will be involved. So that's why civil engineering people are required. Aeronautic engineering are required because when we talk about wind blades, there is an aerodynamic designs which are required. So for that, aeronautic engineering will be required. And last but not the least, electrical engineering. Why electrical engineering? See, this is the part of electrical engineering. And from starting of designing, installation, maintenance, commissioning, electrical engineers are required. So if we talk about all these things, all engineers have to come together in order to as I said, in order to have a greener earth, we should come together. Now, let me tell you about what are the scopes of these clubs. And that means what are we going to do under this club? There are various activities which we are going to conduct. Let me just let you know, read out what are the activities. Organizing the field visits. Now, why we need to organize the field visits? We will be visiting the renewable energy, that is wherever the nearby locations or anywhere there is the renewable installations such as solar parks are there, wind farms are there, then biogas plants are there. So wherever they are there, so we will try to see that we practically visit there so that students will get an hands-on experience and they will be able to see practically how the system works and all those things. Then organize the exhibitions. Exhibitions will be organized in the field of renewable energy so that the students will come in interaction with the various industries and come to know about different products which are available in the current era. Then organizing the workshops and training programs by industry experts. This club will be organizing various the workshops and training programs for the students in order to make them industry ready. Why we want them to be industry ready? Because as and when you complete your engineering, you should be able to directly go and work into an renewable energy industry. Then product developments. There are many products that need to be developed, or what can say. There are a lot of research needs to be done in the renewable energy, and as we have experts of faculty in our engineering departments, various engineering departments, we can take the help of them and develop some very good products which can be commercialized into the market. Then interaction with the entrepreneurs in the field of renewable energy. Suppose if you want to be an entrepreneur, then we need to have an experience with experienced people from the industry so that it will be a stepping stone for the students to go ahead in this market. So such kind of events will be organized. And last but not the least, the consultancy services. This club will be taking the consultancy services for designing, developing, and installing of the renewable energy such as solar, wind, hydro. So small scale projects or large scale projects. So consultancy part will be taken up so that the students will be able to understand how to design the system and how to install them, what are the things involved in a complete project. So all those things will be understood by the students in the consultancy part. So this is what the scope of the entire project, entire club. Then the organizing body, as the principal sir, Dr. J.P. Kutul will be the head of our entire renewable energy club, followed by Dr. D.P. Kulkarni, HOD of electrical department, who will be guiding us regarding how the things have to be taken ahead forward. Then there will be staff coordinator, that is myself, Rahul Suryavanshi, followed by Balwan Patil sir, Pramod sir, and Vinay sir, who are the experts in individual fields, and they will be guiding us. They will be guiding the students regarding how they have to go ahead in different renewable sectors. And then the last will be the students from various departments, wherein we will be having student volunteers. From these volunteers, we will be having the coordinators who will be managing the entire events and going ahead with the flow. Last, I would like to just let you know the various activities which we have conducted in the previous year. Starting with this thing, we had visited a solar solar park, solar rooftop project. This is the 450 kilowatt solar rooftop project at KLS GIT at our own college. This project will surely help our students as it is a very big project, that is a 450 kilowatt project. They will help the students in order to understand, analyze, and study the system practically. Next, we had visited a wind farm near Kapti West, Belgaum, wherein it is a 27.5 megawatt wind plant. Students have gone to this place, visited, got the details regarding how the generation are there, what is the amount of wind velocity occurring, how much amount of generation it takes place throughout the day. All the parameters were studied by the students. Then there was a project which was designed by our student, that is the electric vehicle was designed. This electric vehicle was designed, what can say, it is an electric vehicle which is charged by solar panel. So we do not require any charging station for charging up this vehicle. Even if you just can park the vehicle in the sun, it will be automatically charging through the solar panel. Next is nothing but we designed an energy efficient bulb. We were working on this a mini project of energy efficient bulbs. Then there were not many technical talks which were organized. Few of them are there was a technical talk which was organized on a case study of 450 kilowatt solar rooftop at KLS GIT. Then there was one more technical talk which was organized on solar rooftop industry and technology in order to make the students understand regarding what is the current scenario of rooftop technology, or what is the current technology which is going in the solar industry, and what are the job opportunities for students. This was organized under the Renewable Energy Club, and the speaker was Mr. Avinash MK from Power One Microsystems, Bangalore. Now, with this, I just come to the end of the entire presentation. I would just like to tell you, everyone, that when we are talking about renewable, everybody has to come together and see to it that the earth is greener. The image shows the same thing. Save earth. So in order to save earth, we have to go green, go renewable. Okay. So once you are here in the campus, we will be seeing to your registrations towards Renewable Energy Club and the participation and active involvement in the club, and going ahead with the various new projects and activities. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the information given about the Green Club. The next section will be about the Photography Club. This will be given by Professor Tushar Hawal, Mechanical Department. Over to you, sir.
Hello, good morning everyone. I am here to represent the photography club at GIT. So apart from all the technical clubs and the professional body clubs that we have seen, you have been seeing for the past few days, this is totally a non-technical club which is formed at GIT in order to support the hobby of photography among the students. Okay. So as you all know, everybody needs and has a hobby. Photography is the passion and a noble hobby that many of us have developed. Now, this photography does not need high-end cameras with the sophisticated equipments to capture great images. That is because with the recent development of the extensive use of mobiles, the high-end cameras are now very easily available to all in their cell phones itself. Okay, so this has developed interest in liking in the minds of the students for photography. Now, in order to nurture and curate this interest of the students, the photography club was established in GIT in the year 2013. Okay, this club brings together the like-minded students, and we share the knowledge about the skills, the art and science of photography. Activities such as workshops, competitions, exhibitions during the college fest for the members and the students are being conducted so that they can express their thoughts and emotions through the art of photography that are being organized. The club comprises of the students right from the undergraduate first year students to the final year postgraduate students. Now, this club gives a platform for the members to showcase their talents and abilities in the field of photography. We also aim at providing the opportunity to every member to discover the artists hidden within themselves and support them for achieving the excellence. Okay, the team at the photography club is comprised of Mr. Prithviraj Chauhan, Suraj V, and Bhavesh Belur as the main coordinators, with 15 other students from the various departments as the members of the club. Now, this is under the guidance of our beloved principal, Dr. J.K. Kittur, and Dean of the Student Affairs, Professor S.P. Deshpande, with myself as the faculty coordinator, Professor Tushar Hawal. Activities under this club. Okay, so we are conducting many activities every year like workshops, seminars, hands-on trainings, field trips or visits, competitions, and the cultural fests. Okay. Uh, During the workshops, the club is planning for workshops every year from the eminent personalities in the field to enhance the knowledge and exposure of the students in the photography. Okay, so this is a sample of one of the workshop that was being conducted. So some of the pictures that were for the students who were being trained for such photographs. Seminars, the club is also arranging the seminars every year from the eminent personalities in the field to improve the skills of the students in photography. So this is a seminar which we had conducted recently. Some sample images. Hands-on training. The photography club is also training the students in order to handle their cameras efficiently with the proper settings so that the best images can be captured with the available device. It is not only the camera, because also the mobiles are now very easily available. What settings are to be used so that the best images can be captured? We are giving an hands-on training to all the student members. So this is one of the image which is being captured with the help of a DSLR camera, of course. Field trips or visits are arranged every semester in order to facilitate the proper exchange of the knowledge between the students and the members of the club. The students plan for such activity as a part of the club and interact across the departments. Competitions are also organized by the club every year as to motivate and cheer the hobby among the students so that they take it as a pride in showcasing their talent and are also appreciated for it. The student members also participate in many intercollegiate competitions that are organized by other colleges. Now, there is also an annual cultural fest conducted by the college called as Aura, where the students of the club take pride in exploring their hobbies during this fest every year with a celebrity who is performing live at the college grounds. So, the students from the photography club exhibit their talents during this entire fest arranged by the college. So, these are some of the sample photos that were clicked by our student members in the past years. And we are also making some videos, and a sample of such video I'll showcase over here. So let us just quickly move over.
Because somebody come along if you feel like a room without you. Because somebody come along if you feel like happiness is true. Because somebody come along if you know what happiness is to you. Because somebody come along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't know you. Bring me down, your love is too good. Bring me down, can't know you. Bring me down, I said. Bring me down, can't know you. Bring me down, your love is too good. Bring me down, can't know you. Bring me down, I said. Come along if you feel like a room without you. Come along if you feel like happiness is true. Come along if you know what happiness is to you. Come along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on if you feel like a room without a roof. Come along if you feel like happiness is true. Come along if you know what happiness is to you. Come along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't know you. Bring me down, love is too good. Bring me down, can't know you. Bring me down, I said. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Yes, that was a small introduction regarding the photography club. I hope that you all will join this club with large numbers and hoping to meet you soon at the college. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful session. So anyhow, everyone is very much expert, very good in the photography now. But if you want to be expertise in this field, you can join photography club. So thank you very much, sir. So the next session will start at 12:30. So till that you will have break. Okay, thank you. the today's event. Welcome to the last session of the today's event, that is Introduction to the Cultural and Speak Making. This will be given by Professor A. Deshmukh and Dr. C.V. Kotwal. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Abhishek Deshmukh, and I'm working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. I also have a responsibility as the cultural secretary of the KLS GIT Institute of Technology. So I welcome you all to this last presentation under the induction program, which is about the cultural committee of the institution. Well, it is always that the best is kept for the last. And in a technical institution or a professional institution like KLS GIT, apart from studies and sports, there has to be another parameter, or there has to be a dimension where skills, culture of the students should be given a platform to be developed. So for an overall development of a student in his 4 years of engineering, one of the not so compulsory, but yes, a very much required component in the engineering life is the exposure to various platforms. One of them is cultures, be it dance, dramas, song, music, instruments, art, or any other. So I will walk you through this committee, what all the cultural committee, the heritage club at GIT has done in the past, and the scope and the various activities which we do throughout the year. Let me introduce the team first. The cultural committee is headed by Dr. Jayant Kittur, principal of the institution, Professor Digambar Kulkarni, Dean Administration, Professor S.P. Deshpande, Dean Student Affairs, and myself, Abhishek Deshmukh, as the secretary. Along with this team, we also have members or representatives, faculty coordinators from every department. So we have Dr. Kamlesh Kulkarni from Aeronautics, Ms. Priyanka Rajput from Architecture, Anaga Gagatti from Civil Department, Parimal Tergundi sir from Computers, Satish from Electrical Department, Srivatsa Peru sir from IS, Vinay from Mechanical, Dr. Sandeep Nair from MBA, who is also known to be a quiz master in the district of Belgavi, Sachin Desai from the MCA department, Janavi Karakar madam from the chemistry department, Purva Adhyapak from mathematics, and she heads the music and dance club of the institution. Dr. Chetan Kotbage from the physics department, and he's also the coordinator for SPIC-MACE, and he will be giving you the introduction about SPIC-MACE and the Heritage Club of GIT. scope of this committee and the members associated. This committee will take up responsibilities of any work related to the cultural activities of the institution. It may be organizing any cultural event in the institution, preparing the student team to participate at various national, international, state level cultural competitions, and represent them at various platforms. This team of faculty, we start the work in any academic year with forming a students team and allot student coordinators for the various categories based on the different events like music, dance, dramatics, fashion, coordination for publicity and media, that is COPAM, fine arts, literary, and quiz. Well, there is another vertical of technical events also that definitely will be introduced once you join the institute and you come up to the higher semesters. The committee guides and supports the student cultural team in preparing, practicing, and participating for various international, national, state, as well as local and regional events. And one of the annual event, which is always hosted by our university, that is Visvesvaraya Technological University, it is the VTU Youth Fest, and we every year participate in good numbers, and definitely there is one award or one competition where the student of the GIT brings laurel to the institute. So the committee, throughout the year, we are in touch with the student team, those who are participating and representing the institution at various platforms. It may be the national level cultural extravaganza called Waves at Goa campus. It may be IIT Powai at Mumbai. It may be the cultural fest or technical fest at IIT Chennai, or it may be Baptizer in Bloom at Christ University, Bengaluru. So across the year, the students of the institute participate, and the institute, the cultural team, we give the support, we guide not only throughout the practice, there are also financial support, which have been constituted by the governing body as well as the institute. Under the guidance of the principal, the cultural committee organizes the annual cultural event of the institution, or it is the annual festival of the institution as taken up by the students, named Aura. And the immediate event that we will be taking up is the selection of the student general secretaries, those who will be the point of contact or the representatives of the student community. So this is the scope of the body, and this is the structure where we have student teams being selected under these various categories. That may be dance, music, drama, publicity, and media. It is also associated with the photography club. We also have a photography club at the institution. Fashion, fine arts, literary, and quiz. So there will be one or two faculty coordinators for every category and two student coordinators for every category. And they, as a team, they prepare, groom the strong students team, those who participate throughout the year at various levels. Okay, let me go through a few achievements. In close to 4 decades of this institution, the list of achievements will take the whole day of time to represent. But I'm just giving a gist of past 5 to 6 years, where the students of these institutions have brought laurels to the college, be it the Waves, that is the cultural competition at BITS Pilani, Goa, and participating in big numbers. The student team is more than 100 students, those who represent at BITS Plani, Goa. We are the general champions since past 3 years. So we have participated and won in maximum of the events there. We are the general champions at In Bloom, Christ University, Bangalore, since 3 years, that is from 2018, 19, and 20. At Baptizer, which is the national level theatre fest at Christ University, Bangalore, the dramatics team initially started with the winning streak as gaining second place in 2014, 15, and 16. And that was the momentum which we got, and the result is that we are the general champions with a hat trick for 3 years on trot. And if we may go back a decade back, that was the first time when GIT represented at Waves BITS Plani, Goa, and we made our presence with a bang, winning the dance competition, the national level dance competition, way back in 2011. Recently, the music team won at Incident, which was organized on 1st of March in NIT Surathkal. Every year under the VTU Fest, Youth Fest, our student always win VTU Blues, an award and an achievement given by the university for achievements under cultural events as well as sports. Satish Sugars, Rasik Ranjan, these are the local events which are organized in Belgavi district, and GITM is always one among the winners. There are many more individual achievements and achievers. I will just name few of them. Let me just show you the general championship which we had won in this year, February 8th, 2020. Student team, and I was also a part of this team as the team manager. Well, let me introduce everybody, and which is, it's not a new thing, it's known to even students or the pre-university students from the Belgavi district, and that's Aura. It's the cultural fest of the institution where students from all type of degree and professional institutions are invited. It may be dental, medical, art, science, commerce, engineering, and even pre-university institutions to participate in the 3 days cultural extravaganza. Okay, we have also organized performances by stand-up comedians. Okay. The highlight always has been Natyanjali, which is the regional level dance competition and a fashion show. And we are honored to host various performers from this field, those who have achieved, and they judge and provide transparent judgment to all these competitions that we organize. I think the photo says it all. I was lucky in 2016, I can say, when we had Vishal Dadlani and Shekhar Abjiari. So this is just one gist, and there are many more to come. I think rather than me, you have YouTube and Google at tip of your mobile or tip of your fingers, where you can always go and watch those concerts which have been organized in the institution since past 1 decade. And 2020-2021 marks 10 years or 1 decade of the institution organizing Aura. So this is just what celebrity nights have been at the, starting with KK Menon in 2011, Sunidhi Chauhan 2013, Farhan Akhtar in 2014, Shankar Mahadevan 15, Vishal Shekhar in 16, Amit Trivedi, Jonata Gandhi and Troop in 17, Arman Malik in 18, Niti Mohan was the last celebrity night that we had, and 2020 was Corona. So I can't put 2020 in the list, but definitely 2021 maybe is on cards and or later, and definitely the celebrity which is invited, it is always this choice of a student or the student community. So 2021 or later, your wish will be fulfilled. Okay, So apart from studying engineering, there are engineers from GIT, those who have achieved even in this field. So Praveen Godkhindi, famous flutist, is a mechanical alumni from GIT, and he's a well-known celebrity, especially in the state of Karnataka. 2010 alumni from ENC, Sumant Naik, is an IT industry employee, but also he's a playback singer in Kannada film industry. Deepika T from ENC again is also a playback singer in Kannada film industry. Angad Desai, an industrial production department alumni, is a professional tabla artist in district of Belagavi. Well, just few years back, a schoolgirl named Didi Keru was awarded as Belgaum Kokila, and she completed mechanical engineering from GIT. And she's also on her way to, maybe in future we will see her as a playback singer. There are many more achievers, those who have. I can just say one, an ENC alumni, because of his achievements in various cultural platforms, he is doing his MS in the field of guitar, in the field of music, in a university at Paris. So the road is wide open. Even as an engineer, you also have various other ways where you can always start your career, and GIT provides you that platform through the cultural committee. So at the end, I can just say welcome aboard to everybody to this world of edutainment, which is a mixture of education as well as entertainment. So GIT is the place where your 4 years of engineering will be the best 4 years of your life. Let me just take you through. I will just show you those. Okay, if you just key in this on the YouTube, you can see, you will find all the concerts which we had at GIT. The one with Shankar Mahadevan, the one with Arman Malik in 2018, and the recent one that was by Neetu Mohan in 2019. So I did not say more. The induction program has kept the best thing for the end, and definitely since 1 week you have understood a lot about what is in store in this institution. You have a wonderful time, and now I hand over the mic and the presentation platform to Dr. Chetan Kodbagi, who will introduce SPIC MACA and the Heritage Club of the institution to you. So I welcome Dr. C.V. Kodbagi.
Thank you, sir. I'm Dr. Chetan Kodbagi from from Physics Department, and also coordinator of the SpeakMaker chapter at GIT. So we will have a brief introduction to this SpeakMaker chapter that we have. So let's first look at what is SpeakMaker, and it's a society for promotion of Indian classical music and culture amongst youth. And this society is a non-profit, non-political, voluntary, and participatory movement, student movement, which was established in the year 1977 by Dr. Kiran Singh. He is a retired professor from IIT Delhi. And in fact, he was inspired by a performance, Indian classical music performance in New York. And in 1972, he was there for that concert. And then it inspired him to come with this idea of SpeakMaker, which materialized in 1977. And there are two important objectives of this SpeakMaker. First is to enrich the quality of formal education, and this is by they want to do it by increasing awareness about different aspects of Indian heritage and inspiring the young mind to imbibe the values embedded in the Indian heritage. And the second one is to inspire youth through experiencing the mysticism embodied in the rich and heterogeneous cultural tapestry of India and the world heritage. So these are the two important, with these two important objectives, the SpeakMaker is working. And how they do or how they achieve these two objectives. And for that, what they do is they have performance of the most accomplished artists in the country in the Indian classical music, dance, folk, poetry, theater, then painting. And they have these performances in schools and colleges. So if you look at the kind of programs this organization or society continues, they have around 4,000 plus programs in 1,500 institutes in 1,700 plus cities, which would reach 3 million students every year. So this is the magnanimity with which this movement is working. And the main, so to say, the motive or the main baseline of SpeakMaker is they celebrate the Nishkam Seva, the spirit of voluntarism. And let's look at the logo of this organization, which is a vertical eye. And it represents the wisdom, perception, and inquiry to look at life with deep elements of truth. So with this little bit of introduction to SpeakMaker, let us look at what we have what we have at GIT. So the SpeakMaker activities at GIT started in the year 1989 with the performance, dance performance by Mrs. Uma Sharma. And then we had performances by Hari Prasad Chaurasia, Ketan Parekh, Vijay Raghav Rao, then Rajan Sajan Mishra, Faridin Dagar. So these are the few names which I have listed. When I was talking to the faculty who had been handling this for last 30 years or so, he said that there is one important point. Whenever he talked to the students who were present during those programs, they still cherish those moments. So these programs have made a really deep impact on their lives, and they still cherish, and they still, whenever they talk about it, they feel very happy. So I think this is the best part of these such kind of movements, and I welcome you to be part of this chapter. And for all of you, in fact, we are quite lucky that on Monday, on 21st December, we have an orientation program by SpeakMaker at 2 p.m. It will go for 1.5 hours, and it will be conducted on the Zoom platform. So on the slide, you can see this link. The meeting ID is also there, and the passcode is also there. So you are welcome to join this program, and where they will introduce to different aspects of the SpeakMaker. So with this, thank you very much, and wish you a very good journey in GIT. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chetan Kodbage. Since the induction program started with lighting of a lamp, which is taking you towards lightness, towards truth. So to end or to have a perfect closing ceremony, we have a small performance for you from one of our final year students from the Electronics and Communication Engineering, Miss Meghna Kulkarni, a vocalist and a classical singer herself, and she will be performing Rag Bhimpalas in front of you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Meghna Kulkarni from 7th semester EC department, and today I will be performing small bandish in Rag Bhimpalas. Hope you all like it. जा जा रे अपने मंदिरवा जा जा रे अपने मंदिरवा जा जा रे अपने मंदिरवा सुन पावेगी सास ननदिया सुन पावेगी सास ननदिया जा रे अपने मंदिरवा जा जा रे अपने मंदिरवा जा रे जा रे अपने बाजा जा रे अपने मंदिर जा रे मंदिर जा रे अपने मंदिर जा रे अपने जा जा रे अपने मंदिर गमा पनी गमा पनी पसा गमा गमा पनी सा सा सुनहु सदा रंग तुमको चाहत है सुनहु सदा रंग पनी सा पनी गमा पनी सा सुनहु सदा रंग सुनहु सदा रंग सुनहु सदा रंग तुमको चाहत है निसा रे गम पनी सा सुनहु सदा रंग तुमको चाहत है सदा रंग सुनहु रे सदा रंग सुनहु सदा रंग सुनहु सदा रंग तुमको चाहत है क्या तुम हमको क्या तुम हमको क्या तुम हमको क्या तुम हमको छग न दिया जा जा रे अपने मंदिर जा जा रे अपने मंदिर जा जा रे अपने मंदिर जा जा रे जा जा रे अपने मंदिर जा 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 रे अपने मंदिर जा रे अपने मंदिर सुनहु सदा रंग तुमको चाहत है सुनहु सदा रंग सुनहु सदा रंग नदिया जा जा रे अपने मंदिरवा जा जा रे अपने मंदिरवा अपने मंदिरवा अपने मंदिरवा Thank you so much.
Thank you for the mind-blowing song. Well, now it's a time to express our gratitude to one and all involved in this one-week program. Thank you very much for making this event a grand success. Last but not least, I am thankful to all my dear students who made this event successful. Thank you, one and all. And one more thing, there is a note for students. Online classes will commence from Monday, that is 21st December 2020, according to your timetable. The information about the Google Classroom and the link to join the classes is available on the college website. Thank you, one and all.